probably a couple years ago, I would say, because you can still see some marks on the trees, but there's a lot of new growth coming up. Got thick bedding over here to my right and in front of me. And there's a big draw that runs down to a creek to my left, so it's kind of a open area, but one that it looks like bugs might cruise through looking for does, or they might chase does through. I like that I can see a pretty good ways, and if I see one far off, I feel like I can call to it and get it to come in a little closer. I hadn't heard any shots yet, though. But I think they should be moving this morning. It's about 45 degrees. They're kind of wanting to rut, but not really. I think they're hitting the scrapes more than anything right now, which is kind of what we based our stand locations off of. But it's a pretty morning, and I hope at least one of us gets one this morning, so y'all wish us luck.
Guys, I don't know, but I think I just shot him. Oh, God. Oh, God. Hey, guys, so you've seen we got the big buck to come in. He came in 40 yards behind me to a grunt call 15 minutes after daylight. In the stand, I'm facing south, and I got a southwest wind. And you got to think, this big scrape line is about 80 yards in front of me. And I'm not prepared for this deer to come in behind me, because every picture I have of him is in the morning, coming down the scrape line, so I thought I had the perfect wind. But I didn't. He came in right behind me. He smelled me. He had me pinned. And finally, he turned and started to walk away. I was able to stand up, get my gun on him, and when I pulled the trigger, nothing happened. I take my gun down. I look at it. I'm confused as to what's going on. I pull my gun up. I try to shoot again. Nothing happens. And then I realized my safety's off. I'm on fire. But I'm used to hunting with a bolt action rifle, and I haven't hunted with my lever action in a while, and I had forgot that I had let the hammer down on the double safety, and I forgot to recock it. So as you see, the deer walks out of camera. I accidentally bumped the camera with my elbow. but I'm able to get a shot on him, and I missed the first shot. But you'll see what happens. I was able to get a second shot on him at like 60 more yards, so he's sitting at like 100 now. And he disappears. And you'll see what happens. I'll start calling everybody, and I'm shaking, and I'm talking to the camera, and everything I keep saying is, I got a shot at one of the biggest deer in my life, or I got a shot at the biggest buck of my life. I wasn't entirely sure how big he was. He ended up being my second biggest buck, but it was a pretty incredible hunt, and you'll see what transpires. Y'all stay tuned.
Oh my God, I just shot at the biggest deer in my life. I don't know. I had to shoot through some brush, and then he ran off a little bit further, and then I got another shot, but I couldn't tell if I hit him either time. Oh my gosh, he's so big. He came in right behind me, and he smelled me, and he started going the other way, so I don't know if I got a good enough shot on him, but I had to stop him. I didn't have no other choice. I guess I'll just sit and shoot my doe if it comes in. Okay. Alright. I can't. I'm about to fall off the stand. It was that big one with that I sent you in the daylight. Yep. Alright, bye.
What's going on, guys? We just got set up for the first afternoon hunt. Levi killed a good one this morning, so he's filming me this evening. I saw 3 bucks and 4 does this morning. 1 buck was kind of borderline, might have been a shooter, but I never really had a great shot, so maybe he'll come back through this evening and we'll get a better look at him. But it's a great spot, a lot of trails coming through here. It's just a good spot for bucks to cruise back and forth, checking for does. So maybe we'll get a real big one to come by this evening. Cooper's down in the bottom, hunting a food plot. So we're hoping he has some luck this evening if he can get some does in there. I'm sure a big buck will be close behind them, but it's a little warm this afternoon. But I still think that they'll be up and cruising, since this place hadn't been hunted until today for a long time. So we're hoping that the streak continues and either me or Cooper can kill this afternoon. So y'all wish us luck.